Dude, I went out, like I said, I sent you that, like, I had to go out get some supplies. Oh, my God. Like, I have all-wheel drive, so it's not terrible, my car. But even, like, I was doing 25 on the highway because they weren't plowing shit. So, I mean, it was gross. We probably got 8 inches. Same
A
thing I
regular
gave Ray's
storm.
mom last night.
Would you tie a rule to yours?
No, there's just two guys there, so both of them combined for 8 inches.
Yeah, me and your dad. Oh, he's back.
Oh, hey, Ray.
He's not delayed anymore. Hey, Ray.
Hey guys, I yelled at my wife and my kids. Turned off all their electronics.
Oh, I thought you had media credentials at Comcast. Got better internet. Clearly not.
I don't fault you on that one, Ray. You know, Comcast screws. They tell you they're giving you something. You got to constantly stay on their ass. You got to send them the internet test thing and say, well, it's not coming in as fast as I'm paying for, and then they'll work it out for you. But
for a couple months, and then it goes back to normal.
If you get lazy, then you're just gonna get shit.
Mm-hmm. I hear you. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone feeling like a winner? Anyone feeling like a winner today?
No.
No.
We're coming now. Look, we're coming off a 45-0 New England Patriots win on Sunday, but we have other allegiances that we must stay true to, and those allegiances, well, they're not that great.
I'm not happy. I'm not. I had such a bright future. I had so much hopes when we drafted these loser franchises. And this is the first time since probably the Giants Super Bowl in 2011 I've been this crushed as a sports fan.
Oh, wow.
The Philly Super Bowl didn't hurt me as much. Well, maybe the Bruins. I take it back. But still,
Game 7 against the Blues was brutal.
I'm feeling pain this early in the season. I should say this early in the season as a football fan with my Arizona Cardinals right now.
This is going to turn out to be a very, very interesting endeavor that we're taking on because Bill and I were strapped with a couple franchises that have some hope. They have some promise. Your city, Ray, is a little bit on the downturn, but has had success very recently. So none of us were given like the fucking Lions. So it wasn't that bad. But what we're seeing is the reason that these cities made it into the loser list is because there's different types of ways that you can lose. You can just be a flat out loser like the Detroit Lions, or you can be a crippling loser like a team with hope and momentum and youth like the Arizona Cardinals that get your hopes up like the 2003 Red Sox and then shit down your throat just as you were at the pinnacle of happiness. And it's going to be interesting to see. It's going to be interesting to see how this all goes down. So that's what we like to do today. Welcome to the Silver Mind Sports Show, Fat Tuesday. Checking in on our loser cities and loser franchises around the sports world, and it's a day of sorrow. So I hope you got a drink. Welcome to the show.
Ooh, I got an extra one. You sent this new one quick. I didn't get up.
Strapped on a diaper before the shows, pisses in his seat.
I didn't have to pee yet.
Hey, how was that? What was it? Red Bull and dog food or whatever you were drinking the other day?
Apple cider and Fireball. It was good. It was strongly recommended to me by a lovely lady, so I gave it a shot.
A lovely lady of the night?
No, fuck off.
She said, "I shall pleasure you in ways you've never heard of if you just make me these drinks."
She's not a lady of the evening, or sometimes I like to call them lot lizards. All right, you got to make another video because he's still fucking delayed. Did
I
you
know.
see he's still fucking delayed.
It's really
What delayed? I heard everything.
Oh,
I heard everything you said.
Your
Not
laugh,
delayed.
your laugh reaction was like, huh,
Hold on,
joke.
Bill. Let's just. Ray, how many fingers am I holding up? 1, 2.
1, 2.
Oh, damn!
Not bad.
His reaction made him look
All right.
delayed.
The internet is not delayed, but his brain function is just a little bit slow.
Yeah, but you guys should be you know that right now.
He's
Jesus
distracted by the video behind you. Who's distracted
Oh,
now?
Ray is watching a little TV behind me because his wife won't let him at home. All right, now we see what's going on. Okay. Look, let's recap this whole situation. So we had or I think Bill, if we don't give the Queen credit, we will.
So he can
Be-
toot.
Yeah, we'll have several lashes for us.
Toot.
Bill came up with the idea of what a loser cities. I'm not even sure exactly what it came down to, but we discussed the biggest loser cities across America when it comes to sports. The biggest loser sports cities. There was a lot of turmoil and angst and confusion and anger in what we considered loser cities, but inevitably we came up with a handful of them, put them in a hat, and we each picked one. And then that was our team we had to root for 1 calendar year. And the bet is whichever city cumulatively within those teams has a better sports year wins a cash prize of, I think we settled on a purse of $750. We don't yet have a point system, which is a little bit of a problem.
Yep.
But we'll get there. We'll
figure
get
it
there.
out.
So today is a
I
day.
had a point system, and you guys didn't like it.
I don't mind it, right?
I don't
Bill
mind it.
should,
I think I think it's fine. I mean, but now I'm seeing a lot of
10
mistakes.
points for a win.
I'm
25
just
points
seeing
for
a
the
lot
playoff
of I'm
win.
just seeing a lot of mistakes
50
in your
points for
secretary
championship.
work, Pam Aaron. So I'm just saying. I think
Yeah, fuck yourself.
I think it should be
someone's
1
salty
point a win.
tonight.
Bill,
Someone's
if
salty
you would
tonight.
love, I know this is going on a limb. This would be going on a limb. But if you want to do something other than talk on the show,
What do you want me to
like
do?
I don't know, social media stuff, keep a ledger. By far, go for it. Whatever you want.
He is a numbers guy. Maybe you should come up with the best point
Yeah.
system you've ever come up before in your life, Rain Man.
All right.
Great. We got him in. All right. That's the recap of the bet. The ledger has it down exactly what is the accumulation date? What at the end of what season?
World
At the
Series
end of
2021.
baseball season? World Series 2021 is the accumulation of the
Just said all,
or whenever the last team is out, which will it be? Because
Do you guys
These are
just want my
loser
money
cities.
now, or
there's
no?
probably not going to be either of any of them in the World Series, but who knows? So
well,
let's
my
get a
Nationals could be.
yeah, we'll see.
Oh,
Let's
yeah.
get a rundown of each city and a little bit of insight in the teams. Let's start football because that's the season that we're in. Ray, why don't you tell us your city, the team that you are now a diehard fan of, and how you think they're shaping up this year, and how you think it's going to shake out in the NFL season this year.
I have the Washington D.C. teams.
Mm-hmm.
So I have the Washington football team,
Mm-hmm.
who is 4-8 right now. They play Monday against the Steelers, so we can just give that a loss. But they are fighting for the division right now in the very weak AFC East. I mean NFC East. So there's a shot we can make the playoffs, but doubtful. It's a rebuilding time for the Washington football team. They need a quarterback. Alex Smith is not the guy. So 2021
The rebuilding year
is going to be a rebuild year for my Washington football team.
You also forget Haskins. He's not the guy. I mean, that's the one to really talk about. Your first round draft pick got benched halfway
Dwayne
through the
Haskins,
season.
yeah.
Haskins, and that's a big miss. He's gone after this year. Big.
He was also
miss.
quote unquote sick for several weeks this year when they decided to go with Alex Smith.
the first week.
Oh, so it wasn't Bill.
The first week. No, I was just too fucked up to come on the show. That's a different story.
He's actually too
And I
fucked up
don't-
to be on the show tonight, but
And
we're
I'll
just
get
letting
paid
him-
fucking millions of dollars to be on this fucking show. If I got paid millions of dollars, you can put my fucking corpse up here.
Yeah, but you get paid in millions of laughs, Bill, and that's more important.
Yeah,
no.
I'm in this for laughs. And seeing your two cute faces.
You just flip this off. The Washington R word football team will never be good. They will be the bane of your existence. I need you to hold on to that fandom harder than any of your teams in DC, because that's what it's like to be a DC fan. I know, because I've been down here 10 years. If you're a Redskins fan, that's what a Washington football team will call themselves. Then look, it's just in your blood. It's just in your blood, and you have to eat every loss, every bad decision, every sexual harassment case that comes down from Dan Snyder, everything that goes on with that terrible, terrible franchise, top 5 worst franchises in all of sports. Ray, those are your people now. Eat it.
I'll eat it. No problem.
Great. Bill, why don't you give us an update on your city, Phoenix, Arizona? I forgot the phrase for Arizona. I had it in my head and now it's gone. But it's a sun and it's hot there and it's full of losers.
Valley?
Sun Valley? I don't know.
Who gives a fuck?
Tough loss on Sunday for your Arizona Cardinals.
Back-to-back
and my
losses.
future MVP. Ray's been telling us about Kyler Murray for years now. So give us an update on the Cardinals and your thoughts with them, Bill.
Tough couple games the last back-to-back weeks. Tough loss against the Patriots. Zane Gonzalez can't make a kick. You saw it earlier against Miami. Came up short on a 45-yard field goal. You know, those are 2 games that you probably should have won there. And then again today, you lost to the Rams in a game you probably could have won there. So you're still clinging to life as the 7th seed for me, my Arizona Cardinals. The big loss to Seattle today is a big loss to the New York Giants. So that kind of gives them there. You're 1-1 against them. I'm not sure where you're sitting in a tiebreaker, but that's good there. The Rams just moving to first place. So
well,
I mean,
Bill, how do you feel about Kyler Murray? Big fumble today, very bad pick 6 at the end of the game. We know that there were reports where he was injured against the Patriots. Not beating the Patriots in that game there's no excuse there. We get that he's a young quarterback, 2nd year in the league, but is he still someone you're very high on, or do you think that he will be a constant disappointment in the city full of losers?
So I think in the earlier NFL preseason, you said future MVP. Well, if you're talking future, I'm saying distant future right now. I think the last month he's regressing a little bit. The sky's still the limit with him. I'm happy, but right now you're seeing it in the scoreboard. You're seeing it in the win column. You're kind of pissing away a playoff spot. You're clinging to life with his 7th seed, and I don't think he's looked good the last 3 weeks. And you gotta finish strong here to have a shot. You got to win out. The NFC is tough, and especially if you get Ray's team, the Washington, whatever the fuck you want to call them, kind of picking up. They can if they get hot with Alex Smith. You never know. You get these teams that can slide right in there too. So we'll see.
Tough couple weeks sliding back there for the Cardinals, but I think that's what you get with that type of team. They're just going to be
and don't sleep on Tampa
bad.
too. Don't forget about Tampa Bay. If Brady can't right that ship down there, Cardinals win a couple games late here. They could squeeze in too if Tampa pisses it away. Which things.
Here's the thing, though,
there.
Bill. Tampa Bay didn't make it on our list of loser cities. You know why? Because they're not. As much as we want to think that they are, and as much as Florida is a trash state, Tampa Bay has collected some coin and some championships. Now, the Bucs, statistically, are the worst NFL franchise in history. However, they have a Super Bowl, and they have the most winningest player in NFL history riding that ship. So I wouldn't count on the Bucs.
Who are you talking about? Trent Dilfer?
On to my Buffalo Bills, an extension from Toronto, one of the most heartbreaking cities in all of professional sports. I think I'm in the best position here, boys. 8-3, walking into Monday night. Pretty strong hold of the division. You got a young quarterback in Josh Allen that has upside and has made some pretty good plays. I'm not the biggest fan of him. I don't think he has as much upside as everybody else. However, he's been getting the job done. The coaching staff has instilled some toughness in this team, and they've been able to pull out some wins. You're looking at potential AFC East division winner. That's a big win in the book of losers, especially coming from a franchise that failed to get to the playoffs for upwards of 20 years after losing the Super Bowl 4
And the
times.
last time they did,
in a row.
they pissed down their leg. Was that the Jacksonville year
Uh,
or the year after?
2016.
17.
I don't think that was Jacksonville. I might be wrong. I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
I
but,
wasn't a fan yet.
Yeah, you're right there. You're probably the third best team in the East. I mean, the third best team in the AFC. Honestly, I mean, you have Kansas City, Pittsburgh. I think Kansas City's the best. I think Pittsburgh's a little overrated. Ray's done. I told you he's fucking
out.
late. So you have Kansas City, Pittsburgh, and then Buffalo in my eyes in that order. So I mean, you're sitting pretty. You are sitting pretty. And Josh Allen, as much as we shit on him, has been pretty fantastic for this team this year. He's shown some a lot of balls in a lot of big games. He's still young, and I think he's got a good limit. Sky's the limit with him too. I mean, I'm not a huge rushing quarterback fan, but if he can figure out and get more accurate, man, Buffalo's a good team, and I just think the trajectory of like the Patriots and even Miami. I mean, you're still moving forward. You're still going to be the best team.
See, I don't know if I'm the biggest fan of Josh Allen because I think accuracy is the hardest thing to teach. If you don't have accuracy, it's hard for you to pick it up and to learn it. So I don't know. Yes, he's been ballsy. He's had some really good games, but I don't know. He might. I think he has a ceiling lower than a lot of people think. What happened to our third loser? Did he bail
I
out?
don't know. I have no idea. Oh, he's back.
Oh,
Let's see if he's on his phone or his computer. No, he's on his computer. Hey, Ray, welcome back. What was you? So you were delayed, huh?
I don't want to talk about it.
Oh. Okay.
Ray, should we not do loser cities today because of your somber mood? Should we do something
No, I'm
more
good.
happy?
No,
Should we do something more? We don't want you to fall into a depths of despair here.
No, I think I have the best shot of winning this whole thing. So let's keep talking.
All
Yeah,
right.
Your
Well,
video
let's.
quality sucks too.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't care.
Very pixelated.
Yeah,
Looks like a VH That's Jesus porn tape.
that was the last show, Bill. We can't go on all that, please.
Let's move on to some different sports then, shall we?
Shall we?
Yes.
Ray, why don't you pick?
Let's do basketball.
Great.
Great.
Go on.
So I have the Washington Wizards, and we just made a blockbuster trade with the Houston
Bullets.
Rockets and acquired Russell Westbrook, who is way better than John Wall because he has both knees and he can play basketball. Will we when we win a championship? I don't think so. But we probably will be like a 5th, 6th seed in the Eastern Conference playoffs, and that will be better than what the Wizards have done in years since John Wall has busted both his knees.
The Wizards are one of the most forgettable franchises in all of sports.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely forgettable. They need to change that name. They don't have to go back to the Bullets, but they need to change it from the fucking Wizards.
Yeah.
Every other team, except for the Redskins, who are now a football team because they were forced to change their name because Dan Snyder is a sexual abuser, not because he gave a shit about the rights of Native Americans. That's a different story for a different day.
they
But the
raped women.
Nationals and the Capitals represent the city that you're in, which makes sense. The Wizards, what the fuck is the Wizards?
Bill,
What is the Wizards?
a gray beard, a wizard.
Yeah, I'm Gandalf the Graybeard.
Getting off the gay beard.
Oh, we finally
You
got
got the
one out of
people.
here. Get the
Ray,
button.
Do you think,
Timestamp.
Ray, do you think that Bradley Beal is a corner piece that any franchise should be building around?
Yes.
Really?
Lockdown shooter. What? Steph Curry, Klay Thompson. What are they? Lockdown shooters. Bradley Beal is a lockdown shooter. Can't play defense. Can't drive to the hole and score, but he can shoot, and that's what you need on an NBA team nowadays.
So we are now comparing Bradley Beal to Steph Curry and Klay Thompson.
No. I just said they are shooters and they win championships. If Bradley Beal can continue to become a great shooter, then yes, maybe one day the Washington Wizards / Bullets could be an NBA champion.
I have a hard time being a looking positively on a team that is going to invest and divulge assets around a 6'3", my height, not your height, Ray, a 6'3" guard in the NBA, about 170 pounds,
Giant.
who has injury histories, and can shoot and can score, and has made himself a very good scorer in the NBA. But that's pretty much where his skills stop. I don't think I just think you're destined for mediocrity. And trading one bad contract for another one, you won that one. Westbrook is definitely a better player than John Wall, especially at this point in his
Harden
career.
wanted to play with Wall, anyways.
But I don't know. Is Westbrook's not going to put you over the edge, and now you got 2 max contracts. Can you lure someone in? What's the missing piece? You're in a tough place cap wise. I don't know. I think the Wizards/Bullets are in for many years of NBA obscurity and mediocrity. So have fun in 5th and 6th place. Westbrook will put up triple doubles and maybe win an MVP, and they won't do shit.
Yep.
Rich, you know what Bradley Beal is? He's Ray Allen on the 2008 Celtics.
He's not that good.
No, but he's like that's where I value him. He's more of your third option on a good team. You can't build around him as a 1 or 2, in my opinion. I think he's better as your 3.
Well, he can't do enough.
Right.
But that's not saying that. So if you call Westbrook a 2, because I don't think he can do all the things to be a 1, if that's how we want to define this, and if that means you're 1 piece away, and that 1 piece is someone with some size, then yeah, maybe. Tell me who that is. Is it Anthony Davis? Then sure, yeah, Anthony Davis, Russell Westbrook, and Bradley Beal. That's a good team. Yeah, you could do something. But how fucking realistic is that can happen in the NBA? And
or Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, and Bradley Beal. That'd be nice.
That's a sweet little deal. I don't know about the Bradley Beal and Jaylen Brown combination. I think the Celtic. Look, we're not talking about winning cities, okay? Don't try to sneak in winning cities, Bill. That's 2 segments in a row you've tried to sneak in winning cities. We're not doing that. We're lamenting and losing cities.
I'm sorry, baby.
So why
Please
don't you
forgive
tell
me.
us about your underachieving fucking sons, Devin Booker and Chris Paul, and I would like you to pronounce your center's name first and last, please.
I don't know his first name, but his name is Aton.
No.
Come on, please tell me his fucking name.
No, Bill. No.
You should know your players' names, Bill.
They're your favorite NBA team. You need to know who's on it. So why don't you give us your predictions? Where do you stand in terms of hope? And do you expect this team to let you down this year, or are they going to overachieve your expectations?
I think you're a fringe playoff team. I think you can possibly slide in the 8th A seed, especially with the Klay Thompson injury in Golden State. That might hamper them. And you went 8-0 in the bubble. You fought for that AC last year, and I think adding that veteran presence in Chris Paul to pair with the Booker, that's what you need. It's Chris Paul's the perfect guy to pair him with a youngster. Go ahead, Ray.
That's because you guys were getting blown in the hotel room by lot lizards, as you would call them, Bill.
Yep. But my main man Booker was the number 1 guy. He went first.
Well, yeah.
He went first.
Superstars always go first.
Do you think anyone on the Banana Boat crew would arrange lot lizards to come in and blow the whole team?
No, they just blew each other.
Okay, so who's a better leader then? Booker or Chris Paul? So I got to lead to Booker just on this aspect alone.
Fair.
But no, again, I'll kidding aside. I think you're battling for the 8 seed. Maybe you could slide in with a 7 seed, depending on how good San Antonio is coming back. They look like they're kind of rebuilding team, but they're in the same mold as you, fighting for that 7th, 8th seed. But you're a young team and had a good veteran presence, so I think I'd be happy I'm happy where they are. I'm happy in that seed. I still think you can grow some next year and add a piece. Losing Aaron Baines is going to be tough. I love that. I love this toughness.
Yeah, but you got your center right now, right, is pretty good, right?
God damn it, I have no idea. Yes, he's great. He's a very young center out of Arizona, hometown boy.
Yeah, he's terrific. I do think that your center at Arizona will make a leap this year, and I think that's important because.
Can you just fucking please do it for me just once?
No. Again.
I hate you guys.
Devin
Fuck you and your stupid Canadian teams. Fuck you.
Devin Booker is an undersized guard that can score better than anybody in the NBA, but what else can he do? He's a decent playmaker. I guess he's undersized defensively. Those type of guys, historically, unless you're Steph Curry, arguably the best shooter in NBA history, surrounded by a supporting cast that once won the most games in NBA history. Unless you're that guy, those guys historically do not have championship success in the NBA. You need either a good sized wing or a big guy to do something. So you better hope your center from Arizona really develops into what they need him to be, and hopefully CP3 can put you into some kind of competitive advantage.
Aeon? It's not Aeon, right?
There you go.
Like that?
Akon?
Yeah, and young Jesus.
I just had
Your boy
sex.
Cam.
You know that he owns like a small island, and then like he just
Yeah, it's
lives
called
over-
like Akon World or some shit like that. It's in the
He
middle of Africa.
discovered Lady Gaga, so he just gets a piece of everything that she's ever done. He's a fucking bazillionaire, not doing anything.
Dude, he's starting his own like country.
yeah. It's
Good
called
for him.
Good for
A-
him.
Akania.
I'm locked up. They won't let me out.
Okay, I gotta do some kind of auto tune on that. All right, we gotta go north. We gotta go north to my Toronto Raptors. Trending
Pussy
down, going the
Canadians.
wrong way.
Can I say that or no?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, sure. I mean,
Hey,
You can't call a woman that, but you can call a
doing
basketball
okay.
team that.
yeah, and you can call an entire country that. That's fine.
Yeah.
can I tell you a
Raptors going the
funny
wrong
story
way.
real quick about
No.
Canada?
Mm-mm.
Canada, no. The Raptors are going the wrong way. Kyle Lowry is in the back end of his career. Pascal Siakam, I told you this, toot was exposed in the bubble. He is not a max franchise player. They lost Gasol. They lost Ibaka. They signed your boy Max Van Fleet to a stupid contract for a guy Ray's size who's a nice player, gritty player. But that would be like giving Marcus Smart close to a max contract to stay on this team. Dumbass fucking move by them. That's going to go backfire. Talk about a 5th and 6th seed in the East. That's your Toronto Raptors. That's my Toronto Raptors. I have no faith in this team. They need to do a complete rebuild. They need to blow it the fuck up.
Yeah, I completely and utterly agree.
Yeah, I agree.
Excellent, Bill. Let's move on to something Bill knows a lot about. Old-timey baseball. Old-timey baseball. And talk about a deadbeat shitbag team that no one even knows exists, the Arizona Diamondbacks. Can you name me, speaking of not being able to name your center on your basketball team, why don't you give me
I'm looking it up right now.
why don't you give me I don't know, a starting pitcher on the Arizona Diamondbacks? Who's your best player going into 2021?
Madison Bumgarner, baby. Come on, they signed him over the Giants last year at a good money deal. He's regressed a lot since his World Series heyday, but I mean, he's your ace of your staff. I mean, you're still a pretty young team. You know, you competed for the playoffs last year. You did dump Archie Bradley, your closer to Cincinnati, or my closer, I should say, to Cincinnati at the trade deadline last year. So that kind of hurts. But I mean, you're looking at Caleb Smith. You got from the Marlins a couple years back. He's very underrated pitcher. He had a good 3.5 to 4 ERA. Good fantasy pitcher in what you guys don't care about. But I mean, he's a good young pitcher. You still got to bet. You still just got to build. You got to build. You do got a little bit of money to spend, but I mean, you're not competing for the playoffs in the next couple of years. Not at all.
Or ever.
The Diamondbacks always flirt with that division, and then
So
Never
Well,
long.
it's tough. It's tough with the Dodgers and the Giants, and you know what I mean.
Padres
The
now?
Yeah, the Padres now too. Yeah. But Kendall Marte is your best player. You know, he can play infield, he can play outfield. You know, he's kind of a 4 to 5 tool guy. You know, he can hit he doesn't have huge power. He's probably in the 25 to 30 home run range. You know, he can steal some bases. He can play some Gold Glove outfielder. So he's your best player. And then Zach Gallen too, as well. I mean, he's another nice young pitcher to kind of back up there with what you have in Madison Bumgarner.
excellent baseball talk out there.
I got one more, and then Cole Calhoun you got out of Texas.
No, it's good baseball
trade.
talk out there in the desert. You know, they like their local
Young
nine.
team. You're just a young team. You just got, the veteran and the guy is fucking.
So you expect them to be under 500?
Yeah, probably. You're probably looking in, the 65 to 70 win range, I would say. Maybe if you could get closer to 75, I'd take that as a win for this year with what team you have on paper right now. But
Nice.
we'll see after free agency. Free agency is dick in baseball right now. Wait till
Absolute
after
dick.
Christmas.
Absolute dick cheese. Ray,
Yes.
2 years removed from a out of nowhere World Championship, World Series win, your Washington Nationals
Mhm.
coming into 2021. Why don't you tell us about them and your impressions, how you think they're going to do?
Well, the way they won that World Series was pitching. You got probably two best pitchers, Max Scherzer and Steven Strasburg. You also have Patrick Corbin
Uh-huh.
in your starting rotation
You
this
know where
year.
you got him from?
Yep, your Arizona Diamondbacks.
You're welcome.
Also, you got Trey Turner, shortstop. You got Juan Soto outfield and Starlin Castro playing second base. Your three best hitters in the lineup. Next year could be a good year for the Nationals going back to the playoffs.
It's a shame that you didn't. Juan Soto should have been the first player you mentioned. That guy, he's 22 years old. He's already becoming one of the best 5-2
I went down the
players.
batting chart.
Future
He's
MVP.
already becoming one of the best 5-2 players in the league. He made his debut at 19 or 20 in the league, and you're seeing it. He's gone better every year, every fucking year. Max Scherzer's the last 2 years he's kind of taken a step back. Even the World Series year he was hurt. He missed a lot of time that year, and then he came back late, but he still was 4.5 or 4.7 ERA.
Yeah, he's a bulldog though. He's a guy that I'd love.
I love Max. I love Max.
He's awesome to
Scherzer.
watch.
I love him.
Even when he's
Bill,
in a bad game.
I just want to apologize, Bill. I'm just a new Nats fan, so sorry.
I'm not a Nats fan. I just know baseball,
Hey,
man. I love
I know.
baseball.
I'm just
I know.
telling you.
Attitude.
They wanted-
Attitude, baby.
Attitude, baby.
We're running out of time because we're taking too long. So my Toronto Blue Jays, young, upcoming, hungry team. Obviously, you got the juniors out there and Biggio and Vlad and, a lot of young talent. I don't want to go completely down the roster like Ray did, but I think their biggest need is starting pitching. They got to go out there. They've been given the okay by ownership to go out and spend in free agency. They are in on every big name that the Yankees and the Red Sox and the Cubs and the Dodgers are in on. Look for the Blue Jays to make a splash. That being said, look for the Blue Jays to make an early splash out of the playoffs if they get there, because that's what Toronto Blue Jays do. They underachieve since 1992 and before that. That's the Blue Jays in a nutshell. Ray, actually, let me go ahead and start. Toronto Maple Leafs. Look, always one of the best rosters out there, especially offensively. Let me sum this up pretty quickly. Whatever they get into, they will lose in the second round of the playoffs, probably in brutal fashion.
First round, you need.
I think they'll get to the second round this year, Bill. I think they'll push past. Well, actually, I have to take a closer look at the realignment of the divisions and see exactly how those playoffs are going to shake out.
I did send them to you. I don't.
However, that being said, whether it's the first or second round, we all know that the Maple Leafs will lose in crushing fashion, and the day after, we'll start looking towards the next season.
Mm-hmm.
Ray?
I have the Washington Capitals. Obviously, I have Alex Ovechkin, the best player in hockey. He might be old, but he still was leading the league in scoring last year. Also, my second line of TJ Oshie and Nicholas Backstrom, always the best second line in the NHL. The biggest question mark we have is Ilya Samsonov is our goaltender this year because free agency, and then Henrik Lundqvist came over, but they're saying Ilya Samsonov is going to be the starting goaltender, and Henrik is going to mentor him. So
Go
ahead.
Don't Backstrom and Ovi play on the same line?
Nope.
Okay, just checking. They used to.
They used to, not anymore. I'm a Capitals fan now, Bill. I know this thing.
Losing Holtby will be interesting to see what that does.
They're closest. They're probably
the
closest
locker
out
room.
of any of our hockey teams to winning the championship. They're closest.
I'd say so. I think that
I can't wait for Bill's Coyotes talk.
I think that Holtby leaving Washington opens up a door for the Bruins to be competitive with them in the new division alignment. So not to bring winning cities into this, but watch out for Boston Bruins disappointing you in your chase for the cup this year. Capitals fan Ray. Bill, Arizona has a hockey team, I hear.
Yeah, not many people in Arizona know you have a hockey team, especially in Phoenix where they play. The Coyotes. Wayne Gretzky was there. Rick Tocchet, Wayne Gretzky. Rick Tocchet got arrested for gambling on the team or whatever, some shit. Him and his wife, whatever that was. No, I mean you lost Darryl Hall. I mean I lost Darryl Hall in the offseason, which was a huge move. He signed a 1-year, $7 million deal with Buffalo, or $8 million, somewhere right in that range. You tried to trade Oliver Ekman-Larsson. He was rumored to go to the Bruins for a first-round pick and some players. You still got a hot dog loving Phil Kessel there, which.
Yeah.
You were right on the cups of the playoffs last year when you went out and traded for Taylor Hall.
Right on the cups.
Did I say it right?
Yep.
No, no, he didn't.
You said it about as right as your Arizona center.
Cusp, you idiot.
No. It's right on the cups.
Shut up, you. Never mind. No, but you're taking a step back losing Taylor Hall. You're still a pretty young team. I don't expect them to make playoffs. Anything you sniff 500. I don't know what the season's going to be. 52 games, 56 games. I'd be happy if you get 25, 26 wins.
All right, so they're going to suck. They're going to outright suck.
I don't think they're going to outright suck. But again, if you're in a mid 50 game season, if you could flirt with 30 wins, I'd probably be happy with that. But again, you sniffed it. You were close. I don't remember if you made the playoffs, but you're right there with Taylor Hall as the 8th seed. So I mean, you're going to take a step back a little bit, but you
Yeah, they're gonna suck.
You should be right around the.
All
8
right,
to
look,
10
I want to
range,
speed
8 to
this
10
along
range in the
because
league.
you know what? This was good to lay the groundwork as we'll check in on these loser cities from time to time. We won't take the time to dive into every team like this, but it was good to get it off our chest, really explore what each team is all about as we move forward here. But what I'd like to know right now is cumulatively, who has the best loser city as a whole? Who do you think's in the best position to win the bet? Because after all, it's a purse. It's a purse at the end of the World Series next year, $750, and we're serious about it. We're seriously committed. We're taking these teams in our heart. So, who's got the best chance to win that as we speak? Ray, what do you think?
I'm going to throw Bill right out. So it's between you and Rich, me and Rich, and I'm going to say me. I think I have the best loser city.
Oh, best.
I
loser
honestly,
city.
I probably agree because I think the Nationals are, coming off a World Series 2 years ago, and then you have the Capitals coming off a Stanley Cup 3 years ago. At this point, they still are pretty stacked teams, and I think they're, especially with the new divisions now. Washington's in the Bruins division, and Philadelphia, New Jersey's in the division, Buffalo, all that whole region. So I mean that's very winnable for them. Tampa Bay, Carolina. So they could win that division. I mean, they're right there in the Nationals. Like I said, don't sleep on the Nationals either. Even though my Braves, which I love, are the best team in that East.
I understand
Fuck
that.
you.
I understand that, Bill. But yeah, without a doubt, you have the worst city. You have the worst city. You basically, we thought you had hope in the Cardinals, but we're finding out that was false hope, and that's perfect for this whole thing. It's perfect. It's false hope. The Suns are just mediocre hope in the NBA. There's never going to amount to anything, but you kind of expect that. And
Yeah.
your other two teams suck outright. They just suck. Let's be honest. But not to toot a little bit. My Toronto teams, including Buffalo Bills, all of them are going to be more competitive than all of your teams on every single level.
Yep.
On every single level. So I don't understand how Ray is going to get the win here. The Bills are going to win the AFC East. Toronto is going to be a top 5 team in the Eastern Conference in the NBA. The Maple Leafs are going to go to the playoffs, first or second round. And the Blue Jays are going to compete for a division in baseball.
Yeah.
Please tell me.
Yeah.
Please, after
My
a
Washington-
horrid season by the Nats, a horrid season. And if you
COVID.
would remember, Nat fan, the year
COVID.
that they won the World Series, they were 20 games out of the playoffs and made a miraculous run to the
It was
playoffs.
disgusting.
And that cannot be repeated. And they had a terrible fucking year last year. And their pitching is not what it used to be. We talked about Max Scherzer. So, no, I would argue very, very much that a young, up-and-coming Blue Jays team will take on the likes of the Rays, who are about to lose some talent, and the Yankees, more so than the Nats taking on Bills, Braves, and, new ownership in the Mets and the Phillies.
Richest owner in the league, Steve Cohen.
About to spend some cheddar.
Some cream.
Not to mention, we're going to have to figure out how NFL wins stack up against MLB wins because
This is 100. What's
yeah.
that?
All
106
amounts the
Ray's
same.
162?
stupid fucking point system.
It all amounts to the same amount.
No,
matter
it
what.
doesn't. No, it doesn't, because if your NFL team is worse than mine, my NFL team points are not worth as much as your baseball points if your team's better. All the points have to match up. That's why we need Rain Man
Well,
to
how about
do some
this?
calculations. It's got to be win percentage.
Yeah, we each have 3 teams, win percentage. Every person that wins the end, like
All right, we can't do the points. We can't do the points on air here. Real quick, who's the best team? Oh, shit, we don't have a lot of time. Who's the best team long-term right now? Ray, real quick, go.
Buffalo Bills.
Ray, Bill.
Phoenix Suns.
And their center? Right.
I don't know.
Uh,
I wanted
long-term?
to change that to Arizona Cardinals. Sorry, Arizona Cardinals.
Okay, good. Long-term, Skip, I don't know. Who do we believe is going to deliver the most heartbreaking loss this year? I know, the Bills.
Buffalo Bills.
Buffalo Bills.
Buffalo Bills.
Hands down. And prediction, did who wins the bet. I predict me. You guys predict Ray.
Yep.
We should do a side bet on that too. All right. This has been the Simple Mind Sports Show. There was a lot of talking about loser cities, so we'll shake it up for Wednesday. We'll bring a little more energy. But this is Fat Tuesday, checking in on our loser cities. We'll see you on Wednesday edition. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Trouble in my eyes. I'm just looking for another good